Alright, welcome back to Lenz Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Known Classic. This episode number 3371, Doubleshot number 3265. We got two Mike Mignola trades here. First is Tales of the Outerverse. Yeah, these are a series of anthology books that are written by Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden, with artwork by Peter Berting. So, the stories are, and this I'm not getting into the titles of these things, Conjure the Sinner, which is a 2-issue miniseries, The Imogen of the Winding Way, which is a one-shot, and The Golem Who Walks Among Us. Yep. First up, it's the Conjure the Sinner, which is basically set in Poland on December 1st, 1938, which that is, I think, about a year prior to the outbreak of World War II. We have these people look like zombies, and basically we're trying to do with that. Yeah, it's basically a zombie epidemic in this small town, and we have random people fighting it. And that's kind of the gist of this miniseries. It's like, yeah, they fight zombies, and that's it. Then we have Imogen of the Winding Way, which features a giant goat. This is set on November 30th, 1938, basically about 2 months after the previous story, where it's set in Denmark. Yes, despite the fact the architecture is Japanese. Yeah, the thing is set in the Kingdom of the Tao Garden. So, yeah, this is a story that features believe it or not, vampires. Yep. Basically, this one's all about fighting vampires. And we follow this. We jump ahead 1 month later to where we're in Sweden following this black woman. Which, if you're curious, her name is Imogen. Yes, we follow her a lot of the story. We have this big goat man they would deal with too, and fights this creature here throughout the story. And then we see, like, after taking a kid away, and then she just goes to this house where she sneaks in, and we see this girl waiting in bed who sees her, like Imogen, like, you want to think of these two friends? Well, nope, they're lovers. Yep. Yeah, this woman's wearing a nightgown, gets taken off, and these two proceed to have sex. Yep. So basically, Mike Mignola, we're a lesbian scene in his comics. This is the first one I've ever seen that he has written. And then we have The Golem Walks Among Us, where this one is basically about a woman and her baby being defended by a golem, and that's kind of the gist of this. Basically, this golem has to protect this baby and child from these various people, and that's it. It's just a series of, like, random stories. It's like the one shot has, like, a character we follow. The other ones just have stuff happening. But they're pretty good. But the problem with the two miniseries is that there's no focused character in those two miniseries. Not really. And get book 8 out. Next up we have is Mr. Higgins Comes Home. This is really short of a graphic. This is basically like a big one-shot. Yeah, written by Mike Mignola, artwork by Warwick Johnson Cudwell. The cover is by Mike Mignola and Dave Stewart. Yep, it's just a big one-shot. So, yeah, this is I would say, well, we just have this guy called Mr. Higgins. We like woke up his big bed. He's woke up his big creature, and a lot of it is basically follow him through the story where he just does stuff. And unlike other stories, Black Widow does tell where it's set. This one, not really. We have this guy who he finds a vampire woman. The artwork in this book is so bizarre. It is by far. It's mostly put in a way. You could say it's Mike trying to do his take on Dracula, but without using Dracula. Yeah. It's an okay book per se. I'll give it 8 out of 10. Yep. So yeah. That is pretty much a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. And that right there is last of my comic corners for the moment. So next up is the Banished Corp Edition aims to be the strongest. Okay, next video. Bye.